Hello and welcome back to the UKLC. I miss him already. He's gone.
He's gone. He'll be back. Don't worry.
That game was quite a lot for him. He has to go kind of take a sit.
UK Esports.
He comes in here,
been a while.
being really confident, like, you know what, I'm going to get every prediction right. I'm going to smurf this. And then
I got one.
Gets his first one wrong, but well done.
I got one.
Congratulations. Come here. It's okay. It's okay.
I keep having nightmares of just you standing there on it with a trophy saying I'm the superior analyst. It crushes me.
Barrage, I have to ask you the question though. What the hell? Every time I voted for you, you've lost. Like, what's going on, man? Maybe my Diabolus curse outweighed your just predictions curse in general.
Maybe.
Well, we have our MVP for that last game, and it is Crocodile Dundee himself, Zergoff in the top lane. This dude looked something else, man. He played so well on that champion.
It's what I expected him from the start of the split. I heard loads of good things. Shikari in particular was a massive advocate of him, saying if he plays to his previous level, he will be the best top in the league. In that game, he looked like the best top in the league. He had a monstrous chest lead.
That's a bold statement.
He had a monstrous chest lead, found a solo kill, and in team fights, he played them really well. He did his lion's share of that game. It's just, we need the consistency.
Yes.
He's done that for one game now. They've had, 5 weeks of not doing that. We need to see him do it more and more. We'll have his game tomorrow to follow on and see if he can continue this. But let's have a quick look. I'm finally excited about it. Let's have a quick look at predictions.
I mean, this is the first time where you've been the only one right, I think, ever.
I think it may well have been.
It's all right. I mean, even if a perfect week, you still can't beat me this week.
No, but I can not catch.
You can't.
I can't catch anyone.
You NVision have to win this game for you to actually get some kind of ground on me.
Yeah, and
then Tower Champion as well.
Even if I win the NVision one, I still can't be more than 1 point behind Guest, Munch, and Twitter. So at least I'm gaining some ground. It's positive.
You're getting there.
At least as well, because we have similar predictions, I can't fall further behind. I need NVision to come through.
The Tower Champion is the only... If I get everything right for the rest of the day, you do fall further behind.
Well, whatever. We are going to have predictions for playoffs. That is... I've just been sandbagging for Carousel. That's my point where I'm going to bring it back.
Waiting for the Hex State champions to come out.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at our next matchup of the day. It's the two newcomers to the UKLC, although I feel like they both cemented themselves at this point as, teams within the scene, especially Demise, who have been playing very, very well.
Yeah, and the thing is, we've seen this matchup so much. 3 times in the UKLC have these two teams gone up against each other. And prior to that, in the promotion relegations, they went head-to-head as well. And Demise won every single one.
Well, this is actually our matchup to watch, which is going to be the mid lane here. I think when we first debuted these teams, this was actually the lane to watch as well. Because I remember the Zed versus the Akali matchups we were having in the mid lane. It was hypey. These two are really fun to watch.
But it's changed because it's no longer 3v3. They put Sonda in the mid lane instead.
You're right, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking could change things up, because every single time NVision and Demise have played, NVision have lost. The only time where NVision have taken a map on them was in a best of 3, which they lost 2-1. So that's why I put this as the matchup to watch, because I feel like in some areas, Vixen has been the weakest player on Demise. I think he has struggled against some of the stronger mid lanes, which, in fairness, there are some pretty strong mid lanes in the league when you look at the likes of Special and Magi Felix. But could Sonda be enough to push the game in their favor? NVision have been on the up. They spent a few weeks in a barrage situation where they're on 0 points. They did manage to bounce back. We got to see if it's enough.
Well, let's have a little look at our teams playing in this match. First of all, we're starting with Demise on that blue side. In the top lane, it's Merpilian. Is it? I got told how to say his name. Hidden in the jungle, Zyko in the mid, then Box in the ADC and Vigo support. How do you say that top name? Sorry.
Merpilian?
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 Merpilian? I'm really sorry. Can you tweet at me how to say your name?
NVision, we have Brelly in the top lane with the backdoor Malphite, Infinity in the jungle, Sonda, the new mid laner, Spark AD carry, and proper Panda support.
Yeah, NVision definitely been on an upward trend as of late, but we'll have to see if it's enough to kind of go up versus, the likes of Demise, who have been a pretty consistent team, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, they have been heavily middle of the pack, I feel, and that's not a bad thing. It's their debut split. It's a pretty big achievement to get, especially since we've seen some teams struggle since they joined. I mean, NVision had a rough start, but they have climbed back up. But Demise, especially in the early weeks, we thought they could be the 4th place team. They have struggled against M&M. I think M&M clearly showed that they are above Diabolus and Demise right now. But still, when you look at the likes of Fnatic and Excel, to be middle of the pack in a league they're in is still pretty good.
Yeah. No, I think they're doing really good. Let's have a little look at the kind of gold difference from when these two teams have been playing versus each other. This is week 1 here. I don't actually know.
I know which side's which.
Who's which side? Go on.
Yeah, well, red side is Demise.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much for sure. And
There was a blip though. There was a little blip.
There was a little. They had something.
What, like 100 gold?
And it's not a continuous downward trend. There's little bits where some ground is gained, but it just continuously headed downhill.
And this is the second matchup between them. We're bringing up on your screens right now. There was a blip. There was a better blip there. It was Demise again because they are 2-0. So now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, they are 2-0.
Yeah, even more life 3-0 overall. There's 3 times they played against each other. There was more life coming out from NVision here. They even managed to find a gold lead middle of the game with a big takeaway, but then they instantly threw it away. You see how quick they gain that goal lead pretty quickly, and then instantly it goes straight back over to Demise. It shows that as the weeks have gone on, they've definitely gotten closer to bridging the gap. But it's still heavily stacked in Demise's favor if you look at the history of these teams. This could be the week, though. We're getting close to the end. We're getting close to the point where teams will start looking towards playoff or relegations. With Barrage finally pulling away from 0 points, it's up in the air who's going to go. Because the thing is, if you come in 7th, you can go through playoffs. You could potentially make it to the top and win the Grand Live Finals.
Could potentially still make it to the European Masters if you're 7th. Now,
but if you're 8th,
that'd be a hell of a climb.
If you're 8th, you're going to relegations.
Yeah.
And it could come down to a points difference, even a head-to-head, whether you have your opportunity to go through playoffs and make it to that prestigious tournament, or if you're going to relegations, you have to fight for your life in the UK scene. And last split, we saw both teams who went down to relegations got knocked out.
Yeah, and these were the 2 teams that knocked them out as well. We lost Bulldog, we lost Darkspawn, to NVision, to Demise. These teams who have definitely had a better splash, I think, in this split than we saw from Demise and from Darkspawn and from Bulldog out of the last split. So, you know, as we head towards picks and bans, I want to know, what are we looking at? What are the changes we're expecting? Who do you think is going to get targeted here?
I think, for me personally, I think that it's massively been about the junglers so far. Demise has been probably had their strongest player being hidden recently. And then over the side of NVision, Infinity's looked really strong. And actually, we have a bit of a we actually have Zyko in the mid lane. So Vixen isn't even playing.
Oh, okay.
So there's a bit of change of tune from what we were aware of earlier.
This is our matchup's kind of gone out the window a little bit here.
Yeah, it has changed some degree. So Vixen not playing today. We'll have Zyko and Mipillion in the solo lanes. I think Demise, it's very much about their jungler, but also their bot lane. Devoxed and Vigo have been monstrous so far. And then on the other side, NVision, I think Infinity's been huge. Akarth is already banned away from him. And I'm interested to see what Borrelia and Sunder can bring out. Because particularly Borrelia has had some volatile picks. The Vladimir is something he's willing to pick out, banned away. And it shows in the draft already. Caitlyn and Yuumi off the cards. Devoxed and Vigo will not get their hands on those.
I really like that Karthus ban on Infinity as well. You think about the kind of some of the games that they were able to bounce back. The Karthus was one of those key picks. The Vladimir denied from Borrelia. Borrelia has to deny the Aurelia from himself as well because he can't risk it for Merplin. Don't want to give him that, and that's just going to be an instant Xayah pick for Devoxed. We've seen he's been really opting into this recently as well. It's been another kind of big pickup for them, and that's a 10% win rate on that champion. That is low.
Yeah, and this was the same first pick as we saw last game. Not last game between these two teams, just last game, the one Diabolus against Barrage. They first picked the Xayah, and then it was Barrage who denied the Rakan. Here, though, NVision looks straight towards that Karma. A lot of scaling, a lot of flexibility in that pick, but they will also take that Rakan. Something that I believe UK Milton has played a little bit around with, so a lot of engaged potential and a lot of facilitation for any carry they pick up later.
Well, that Akali was left open, and we can see that Demise are thinking about picking that up. We'll have to see if they decide to go for it. They lock it in. Liking that so far. Now let's see what Demise decide to pick up as their next pick. They've got a few more seconds to think about it. Akali's quite nice as a flex right now.
Yeah, it's a strong flex, and I think both Zyko and Mipillion, you have to expect will be able to flex this between themselves. Zyko particularly has shown he is happy to play volatile champions. The big ones for him were the Aurelia and also the Yasuo. So it'll be interesting if he wants to put his hand towards that. We see Vigo takes away that Nautilus. It is something else played early in the split. It means lot of engage potential, a lot of lockdown. We saw that work so well against the Rakan in the last game. It's very hard to make anything happen when, despite all your mobility, you can be locked up. Kai'Sa are going to be picked for Spark, though. Pretty high priority on this AD carry across global regions, and seen a fair amount of play in the UK scene so far.
Yeah, it's had a lot of play so far. You know, decent win rate as well, 62%. Skarner gets picked up here for NVision. And now Demise looking to ban away. No, I said picked up. It's banned away. They can't pick it up. It's denied. That's going to be stage 1. So a lot of attention on the junglers so far here from both of these teams.
Nunu's still open. We've seen Nunu banned away a lot by Demise here. It'll be interesting to see if NVision do take it away with that second ban. Demise going for the more traditional Sejuani, which is interesting because I feel like that pick would go well with something like the Akali. It's pretty easy to set up that stun. But Hidden had so much success on the Jarvan recently, so it would not surprise me for Vision to take away. But instead, looking towards that Riven, going for a target ban against Demise.
Interesting. I'm actually kind of sad we're going to see the Riven now. Would have been something quite exciting, quite fruity. And now one more ban here for Demise. Do they take away the likes of that Nunu?
I mean, it's NVision who would ban away from Demise.
Sorry, you're right, yeah.
I don't think so. As for junglers Infinity's going to play, he does like the Kha'Zix. He does actually like the Zac as well, so both those are available for him. It'll be interesting to see if they prioritize that here. I think I would prefer that. Pick your jungler up here. It keeps the Karma's flex, and he is going to go towards that Sylas. A lot of ability to steal away ults right now. The depth charge particularly is a massive one. And Sylas has seen a lot of power, but
there it is!
We're finally getting the Nunu going over to Demise.
Oh, I'm so excited to see this. Has been banned away consistently from him since Forge of Champions as well. That's what's key. That's what's exciting about this here is, you know, this is a pick that has been constantly denied from them. Finally get their hands on it. Hidden has to prove to us this is why it's been perma-banned.
Yeah, absolutely. And Demise looking over what they're going to use for the last pick. Will come out and be a Neeko. Something Zyko has played a lot in the top lane. Can still be a flexible pick, which is why I like this take here, because it means NVision don't know where the laners are going to be. And a lot of control. There's already so much control for Demise, so much CC, and they have some pretty high output damage carries with the Xayah and with that Akali as well.
All right, well, NVision have one more pick here before they look to round out everything. What do they want to go for? One more second. Going to be the Kled. Okay.
Yeah, risen in priority a lot since he has those changes. The engage potential, particularly on the back of a Karma and a Rakan, is huge. And the thing is you can cut down the healing. If he does go up against the Akali, she gets a lot of healing from the Gunblade she builds, from the Ravenous Hunter. You can cut that down if you land the tether by 60%.
It's going to be most likely into a top lane Neeko. Is what they're looking to kind of lock in here for Demise. So not picking it up as that kind of counter.
Still have 7 seconds. We will have to see if that is where they get locked up.
Ooh, there it is.
And it will.
Yeah.
That's what they're playing. We don't know if they're going to switch up where the lanes are going.
True. But
we have seen that Mepilion has gone to TP. I wouldn't expect to see Zyko ignite in the top lane, but I have been surprised before. A lot of strength on both sides. It's interesting to see Hidden finally get his hands on that Nunu. A lot of team fighting potential from both, but you're super carry reliant on the side of NVision. They have a lot of shield and a lot of facilitation, but you need to see Spark pop off on this Kai'Sa. I think compared to Devoxnate has been the more carry potential player. This is Spark's opportunity. He has a Karma backing him up. It's a mid lane Karma, so likely to be full AP. You have the Rakan who can add some extra shield in and has all that lockup. I want to see him really pop off on this Kai'Sa here.
I want to talk like win conditions at this point, because we look at like these lanes here. How do we expect them to be playing out, and who do we look towards, and what are our conditions here for NVision and Demise?
I think Demise, you can definitely play around the bot lane. You have the Nunu, so in a longer lane, it's easy to set up. You also have the stronger bot lane with the Xayah, Nautilus. We saw that what they did to the Rakan in the other game. Plus, it's against a Kai'Sa, not a Lucian. Way less mobility and safety. On the rest of the map, I feel like it's going to be a bit trickier, because Neeko into Kled, I want to see NVision gank around that. I want to see Sylas come top. As long as you don't stack up on each other, the root can't hit both of you.
Yeah.
And it means that once you get on top of that Neeko, she's very vulnerable. So I expect to see Demise focus around the bot side, NVision focus around the top side, and the mid lane is probably going to be pretty hot farm heavy. The pressure advantage is going to go over to the Karma for Sonda in the early levels. And then once that level 6 is hit by Zyko, I want to see him look for the all-in potential. I want to see him look to punish these squishy carries on the side of NVision.
I mean, it's all to play for here. NVision, they haven't won versus Demise yet, but they've been on an upward trend for the last few weeks here on this summer split. I'm losing my words, but yeah. They have to pull this back, though, because you're 3-0 versus Demise so far if you're NVision. Getting a win here, getting those points, then puts you versus Barrage as well in the table, who, while they had a win, especially in a game and a time frame where they probably shouldn't have won that game. They should have won earlier. Barrage still able to pull that win out. They are still a team who've only got 1 point. If you can get that win over there, you might start to climb up that ladder a little bit more and get ever so closer to where Demise currently stand in the standings.
And that's a rough thing as well, is that, we have, I believe, 3 teams tied at 1 point again. We have NVision, we have Feeling, I believe, and I'm not 100% certain. I will have to look at the stands again, but a lot of teams very close to that relegation point.
Yeah. And
when it's coming out of head-to-heads and things, you just want to get those points to guarantee you're safe from that. Playoffs, you can think about later. You have time to focus on how you're going to climb up that gauntlet, but right now you want to grab the points as soon as possible, and it's a massive upset if NVision win that. Not because the teams are miles apart. It's not like NVision against the likes of Fnatic Rising, but because of how every single time Demise have come out ahead.
Yeah.
It's been win after win after win, but things have changed. Vixen's off the table now for Demise. They're running their sub-top lane in the top lane and their old top lane in the mid lane. New mid lane for NVision. I like the draft.
I mean, that just completely threw our match to watch out the window.
Yeah, I mean...
we were like, we'll put mid as the matchup to watch, and then they go, nope, new mid laner.
Yeah, really helpful.
But actually, what is cool is we'll keep it as our mid lane to watch, because the first time these two teams play, it was mid lane was the matchup to watch. This time, it is a completely different mid laners to watch, but it's the same team, so, it's something new.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. I feel like Zyko has struggled in the laning phase. I think laning phase has been very rough for him. It's later on he's sort of snowballed. There was that first week when he got his hands on Yasuo, and he popped off with that solo kill, but since then it felt like his team fighting stellar, particularly on the Nico. But other than that, it seemed difficult. He's on the Akali now. He's going to have a rough time in lane regardless. But I want to see what he can do in a team fight. Because an Akali in a team fight can be monstrous.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it so many times. It's been so hard as we take to the Rift. NVision versus Demise once again. All to play for here. I keep saying that. I keep using that turn of phrase.
It's your tagline.
It really is all to play for. We've got 2 weeks left of regular play. And already we can see Demise looking to go for a bit of a cheeky invade. They have a strong invade to start off. The snowball will go a little bit wide on the proper Panda, though. So not going to find that knockup.
It was close, but not close enough. Yeah, we do actually see Zyko switch the TP. So they could still allow some flexibility here if they want between the matchup. Both sides, both solo laners got TP. And honestly, you can put... I think, apart from the Kled, I think you could, in theory, put the Kled mid lane, but I think Kled prefers a longer top lane. But Akali and Nico absolutely interchangeable if needs be. Does look like they are sticking to where they lock things in based on champ select. Napoleon is going towards top lane. Zyko hanging around mid. And I just want to see Infinity focus these solo lanes because Zyko's going to be in a bit of trouble in the early levels because dealing up against a Karma, you're going to get pressured in. And actually, you might take some heavy poke here already, but Sunder doesn't opt for it, does back away. But they get that ward in, so they have a pretty solid amount of information in the early levels. And I don't think it was done in reverse. I don't think NVision got a ward down on Hidden's Raptors. If the Observer could just move over to where Hidden's clear in the jungle and no ward there, so they aren't aware of where Hidden is right now.
Some good stuff. The question is where is Hidden going to look to try and play early in this map? We did talk about a Demise want to play towards the bot side and NVision towards the top side.
Yeah.
But will he go for that early gank? Is he going to be capable? Because he kind of expects Denvoxney and Viggo to be kind of shoving early. With all the feathers that Denvoxney will have to use, it is a lane that will naturally kind of shove a little bit here. Viggo actually steps up to the plate. Level 2 going to get hit first. A lot of damage getting thrown down onto Spark. Misses out on the Blade Cooler, so doesn't quite get the root off, but they can be happy with that. They did so much damage to the NVision bot lane.
Yeah, that's a ton of damage already. They hit the level 2, they find a great hook onto Spark, and they have pressure from this point. And it means that all Hidden has to do is just facilitate his bot lane, make sure they don't get ganked, establish vision, and at this point, he could honestly just split the map. He's seen that Infinity. He went for the red, then for the Raptors, then towards his Krogs. You know that he's on his top side. You could right now just split the map, and you can see he's not even finished his Krogs. He's heading straight over to that blue buff. NVision are aware, but there's not very much they can do.
Proper Panda wants to see if he can make something happen here. Vigo backing up his jungler. Proper Panda places that ward and playing a little bit with fire there, because if he got caught out, that would have been one dead birdie.
The one disadvantage here for Demise is that Akali isn't going to have priority in the mid lane. So NVision would be able to have that mid laner move first, and it seems like Hidden actually got spooked a fair bit and decided to back off, so Mirror Jungling won't come out here.
Brede jumps onto Merpelian there, gets himself a lot of damage off with that bear trap on a rope, but
the last auto is actually onto the clone, so the trade doesn't go quite as favorably as you'd hope, but still you can see if you get on top of that Nico, if you manage to pull her in with the bear trap, it can be pretty dangerous.
So a few weeks ago on HitBrain's Hot Takes, I got a question asked, would I rather fight one orc-sized Poro or 10 Poro-sized orcs?
Okay.
I'm going to ask you the same question, but for me. Would you rather fight 10 Poro-sized me's or 1 me-sized Poro?
10 Parasite you.
Why?
Because I feel like the Paro would have more fighting strategy than you. He has to survive on Howling Abyss. That place is a death trap.
True. Might have to hold that though, because speaking of death traps, Borrelia flashes away. Doesn't get rooted up here. Just take a lot of damage, and Borrelia now gonna have to just get that base off. Does have a teleport to work with.
Yeah, Hidden being proactive. First one to gank the top side. And Borrelia, you want to be aggressive on this Kled pick. And the lane's actually in a really bad position for him right now. He is gonna TP back, and fortunately, Hidden used his snowball there. Otherwise, he could have just come straight in and look for something. But full HP with the mount. Yeah, full HP with the mount. I think he's fairly comfortable. So Hidden will just back off the flash burn. TP as well. Definitely a good first gank coming out from Hidden.
Borrelia's champ has been so exciting. He's been playing so many different champions. This is the first Kled we've seen. We were wondering if we were going to see any Kleds pop up as Infinity. Moving upwards here. He wants to see if he can find some kind of an invade. That blast cone's available. Gonna clear over the wall just a second too late. I don't even think they saw each other.
And they did on the back end. Pings come out.
Oh, Borrelia going for the solo kill versus Merpelian. No flash available. Borrelia tries to chase in, gets himself the Q. The first blood's there. Tower shot will secure a kill onto him. A 1-for-1, but Borrelia, not sure if that was quite as high IQ as you think that was, dude.
He gets the first blood though. He's punishing the matchup and he burns Merpelian's flash. He didn't have his own, so he couldn't cleanly get that one and get out, but now, this Nico is in a very vulnerable position. If Infinity shows his face here, the CC chain is so easy to pull off.
Now Vigo stepping up. That knockup will connect. Spark throws out the Void Seeker, but it's not in the right spot. Vigo gets himself a hook and a root off. That's going to be Panda sliding and gliding away, but you can see that Hidden is just making a snowball off in the river. How does that work? That must be a really soggy snowball.
I mean, do you know what snowballs are made of?
Yeah, but like, snow is wet to a degree as it melts, but for the most part...
maybe he just freezes it up. You know, if it's a snowball, the water will freeze up.
Oh, I see. Borrelia is absolutely decimating Merpelian at the moment.
Yeah, Merpelian's debut in the UKLC, and he's having a hard time against Borrelia's Kled. Once the bear trap connects, it's so difficult to do anything, because even if you CC Borrelia, you know that pole's going to come through. Well, there's no good timing.
Turns out hamster riding a lizard beats just a lizard. Who would have known?
Who would have known? Well, now we do, and he does have that ult available now. You can see Infinity was hovering around the top side. A great lane from the gank, because you get that extra movement speed from Borrelia's ult, and also you can steal away the Pop Blossom, which is probably one of the strongest ults in the game. Great lane to gank, and it has meant that Borrelia felt comfortable push up, takes that tower plate, and it's really starting to extend the pressure in this lane matchup.
Well, for the moment, game's taking a bit of a breather. Borrelia, he's playing with full aggro in this top lane, but the rest of the map is kind of calming down. This Infernal Drake is going to be a very key objective here for both of these teams.
You know what's crazy? Is Zyko's yes. Is the fact that he's in a matchup, which I said, should struggle early. You have the range and prio advantage as the Karma. And he's not just kept up in CS, he's ahead in CS. Sonder not having the best time in this matchup. And Proper is looking for something here.
Yeah, just jumps out though. Is nice and safe on that Rakan. He just goes for a light trade into Vigor. They don't actually pop the Void stacks there on Spark to fully burst Vigor out. You can now see that a bit of a jungle invade is starting up here by Hidden. Proper Panda is aware this is happening and a ward went down in that Tri-Brush. Proper Panda needs to be careful. They now know Hidden's there.
You know what's the biggest thing to think about? Oh, the ball play, but
yeah, very.
So you've obviously seen a lot of like, you know, AP Nunu and stuff.
Oh, that's the right one. Oh, that's the right one. Does have that R, but doesn't actually pull the trigger quite yet. Borrelia needs to be careful. That Glacial Orb went slowing him down, but the bear trap on the rope will pull him back. He jumps in forward. The Pop Blossom's going to get used. He dodges it with the dismount. Borrelia will not live for long, but he turns it around, shoots him in the face, and Mappilion goes down. A 1-for-1. Fight ends in Borrelia's favor.
Just a huge play coming out. I thought he was going to lose it once he went in the tower, but that last shotgun blast was enough to find him the kill. He is crushing this lane matchup now.
Oh my lord, that pocket pistol was so clutch.
And Nunu does able to secure the first Dragon Infernal. It's a pretty significant one to take so far. And what I was saying before, so obviously you've seen, you know, those clips when people go AP Nunu and they do the one-shot ult. So obviously it's a given that Hidden doesn't go on AP this game. But do you know who is going AP?
Who?
Infinity. And remember, Silas can steal away the Nunu ult. And the scaling on that thing is insane.
Oh my lord.
If you find an opportunity to channel that one, with the fact he's building full AP, it will absolutely pop people.
That is filthy.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a dirty one.
So, one of my old classics was Gunu. We played Galio Nunu, like old Galio, where he had a taunt, an AoE taunt. And you just sit in a bush with a Nunu. And then as soon as the enemy team walk past, you just press R. And you just pull them in. Let's have a little look at this play in the top lane, though.
Yes, Mappilion just a bit too close to the wave. And actually feels like he has pressure advantage. Dash comes in. He manages to find the bear trap. The invisibility won't save him from that. And then Brilliant, he just waits for his cooldowns. Goes straight back in, lands the bear trap again, dashes in, and then this perfect time dismount just as the stun and the damage would have come in, avoids it. And then Mappilion, he's like, I have the advantage here. The pistols, though, come in, take him out, and not having a good time, this Nico. Well, yeah, you know the best combo is? Have you seen Rise Nunu?
Yes, where you portal the Nunu.
Yeah, as he's channeling. Unfortunately, no Rise in this game. That would have been pretty crazy, but yeah, a lot of big team fighting ults for Infinity steal away. And right now, we see that advantage coming on top side, but bot side, despite the CS advantage for Spark, a lot of plates going down to Demise's bot lane.
Psycho going for a bit of a trade with Sonder here, gets himself that 5-point strike off. Walks away fairly equal there. The biggest snowball ever is being constructed by Hidden. Infinity will have to dash away, but Hidden chases after him. The chain lash not going to quite find its mark.
You know what's interesting here is that Infinity... Oh.
It's a hard lane to lock down, but that's a hard turnaround by Proper Panda. Gets himself the quickness off. Depth charge connects. Spark gets locked down. He's low HP. In comes the Feathersaw. Spark goes golden. The bear trap on the rope goes wide. Zyko is there. Spark still flashes out. What the hell was that? A 1-for-1. In comes the snowball. In comes the turnaround. Hidden throws out absolute zero, but the knockup will cancel him out. Borrelia trying to get himself stacked up in time. Pocket pistol after pocket pistol. He gets the rebound. He gets the bear trap. He's jumping in. Zyko is ignited. Borrelia finally goes down. Holy hell. What a clown fiesta. What a fight. Infinity now flashes in, gets the chain lash down, steals away the Nunu ult. Here it comes. Absolute zero secures the kill. And I don't even know who won that.
It was so back and forth. I think the edge was given to Demise overall. They got more kills there. What a back and forth. So many people surviving on such little health, but in the end... Oh, just such a close skirmish between both teams. So many TPs. We see that 5v5 bot and Infinity.
Uh-oh.
You might be overstaying here.
Oh, no. Everybody's recalled. He dodges away from the snowball, gets himself the dash off, throws out the chains for the stun, and Then Voxney just deletes him with the feathers.
If you weren't sure before, Demise definitely won that one now. Then Voxney gonna have some low time, and NVision actually setting their bot lane top. Already a lot of plates down on this tower thanks to Brillia. They might look to secure this first blood, but the Nico, ton of wave clear.
Oh, you can't wait for it. Oh my lord, what an outplay! Gets himself one! The tower shot's there! Mapillion goes 1v2! Finds the double kill! What a debut for the new top laner for Demise!
But why does Proper Panda go for that play? It's not going to work out well, but Brillia, he's looking for something here.
Top laners in this game are actually insane right now. Brillia just goes 1-3-3. Doesn't actually get himself a triple kill that time, but holy lordy.
That tower is very low, and Brillia...
That's the jet bear trap. Brillia is trying to get the damage onto Den Voxney. Jumps in, jumps out with a dismount. Has that pocket pistol onto multiple members. Gets locked in. The feathers have been called, but not enough to find the kill. The burn from the red buff will not end Brillia today. And he's able to hold that tower and his life.
Both top laners managing to survive against unfavorable numbers, but Mapillion more than survives, takes them out. But honestly, Proper Panda had no ult. They had no flashes, they had nothing, and they still went for that play. Pop Blossom is so powerful. The shield and the fact it stuns, that was just way too overambitious. And Mapillion, he was not looking good in this game, but he has been rewarded massively with that play. Actually, there's a lack of vision there.
Zyko jumps in. That's the perfect execution. Mark 1 use. 5-point strike. Tether is on. Proper Panda's closing in as the Shuriken flip connects. Zyko might just go all in here. They try to get the shields off. They do get one. That's going to be the taunt. The tower shot's going to be enough to secure it. And a 1-for-1. Proper Panda picks up Zyko. Now Brillia jumping in 1v3. This game is an absolute clown fiesta as Bree gets knocked up. Brillia's low. Can't get himself the remount. And then Voxney takes him out.
Yeah, going for the 1v2 doesn't work this time without the tower. Doesn't have the damage to take out then Voxney and cannot remount. In return, though, NVision will pick up that Rift Herald. A volatile game, as many kills as there are minutes.
I'm not going to lie. I genuinely thought at the beginning of this split that we weren't actually going to see a true UK game. But we're having it right here, right now. And it's the newcomers showing us how to play UK style.
This is UK style if we've ever seen it. Just volatile fights, a lot of back and forths, and the focus has just been all on kills so far. A little bit of an exception with Hidden on this Nunu. Nunu, everyone knows you like to look for the dragons. And Infernal and the Cloud, they are the team fighting dragons.
They are indeed. Let's have a little look at this play once again.
Yeah, so Hook comes out, Propaganda backs away, and then the engage comes in. Instantly, the TP's there to follow. Spark gets so low, he can't ult because he's rude, so he has to stopwatch. But then, on the back end, the ult buys him a bit of time. Zyko doesn't instantly kill him, but then Voxney with an auto does. They both trade lives here, and now Hidden is there way before Infinity, and Brillia buys a lot of time, but the absolute zero, great cancel coming out, by the way, from Propaganda, but he does lose his life for Brillia. Gets the remount, doesn't connect the bear trap, and then as a result, Zyko using his flash, able to buy even more time. And it's only now that Infinity comes in. Vigor with no mana, no flash, vulnerable target here. And even with the stopwatch, it's not enough. The absolute zero is stolen. It was such a back and forth. Demise nearly got away with it as well in the back end.
I mean, this is why Kled is literally my favorite champion to watch, because he's so explosive. Now, Proper Panda dodging away from that snowball. Brillia jumps onto Zyko. Bear trap on a rope will pull him back in, but the Shuriken flips away to safety. Brillia can't quite go for that kill. I got a question for you, Orcs.
Yep.
I always ask you about food, but I'm going to ask you about food once again. What's the best Pringle flavor?
Ooh. You know, I'm a big salt and vinegar fan.
Oh, man. Again, coming in with some really good answers. Last week it was Fab. This week it's salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Prawn cocktail was actually the correct answer.
I am a big fan of prawn cocktail as well. I think Pringles prawn cocktail is decent. I don't think they're the best execute prawn cocktail.
I think they're really solid. Zyko with a solid play out by Brillia. The bear trap on the rope connects, and Zyko closing in. The rest of the team are making their way, and there's a depth charge available to Infinity as he dashes over the wall.
Oh,
not going to find it, but in comes the Nunu, trying to turn it around onto him. That's going to be absolute zero. Brillia desperately trying to get the rebound. He's going to get it in time as Infinity takes down Zyko. Bear trap on a rope will pull him back in. Brillia makes his way out. Still got his mount today.
And the
oh my
burst
lord
from Infinity. The thing is he can steal away these ults that are on full tank members. The depth charge.
Two-man knock up. They get a bit of damage off. That's going to be the depth charge. It will just be Brillia losing his mount, but he actually holds it for the moment. Vigo's coming in. Bear trap on the rope comes down. Now Mapillion making his way up. Just going to stop out that Rift Herald from taking down the tower. This is why I love Cledorks.
Yeah, it's so do or die. You either find the mount up or you don't, and he came in clutch there, was able to get it. And Voxney, he might look for the all-in.
Yeah, Spark low. He's got the damage down. Solo kills him and gets the tower to boot.
He had flash and ult. He just flopped down and died in front of the Xayah, and this is the AD carry difference in this game. Demise, have to say, have always had the stronger marksman in this role, but Relia looking solid this game. Infinity as well. And I said the ult choices were great, but Nautilus and Nunu have massively powerful ults without any AP. The fact that you're giving them to a champion who always builds AP, it makes them that much more powerful. The burst he had to Zyko was just massive.
Infinity just going to tear away his chickens here. Whoop. Oh, okay. I legit thought that wasn't going to reset.
Yeah, here's one branching off from your previous question. So there's a lot of different prawn cocktail crisps. Which do you think is the best? Because there's like the Walker's traditional, there's Skips prawn cocktail.
Oh, Skips are pretty good.
I do like Skips. I was a massive fan of Walkers, but then they changed the recipe, and I'm not as keen on the prawn cocktail Walkers.
You see, it's actually quite hard to call because I love the Pringle ones. The Walkers are like, you know, they're like the OG prawn cocktail, man.
But they changed the recipe. All recipe was better, I've got to say.
You are right. It's the same with Cocoa Pops. They changed Cocoa Pops as well.
Not a big fan of Cocoa Pops, so that's one for you. Cereals. What's your go-to cereal?
Golden Nuggets.
Okay.
Didn't even have to think about it.
Crunchy Nut.
Oh, Crunchy Nut are pretty solid, actually.
Crunchy Nut are the golden standard for cereal.
Let us know if the hashtag who you think is the best cereal is Sonder. He's just going to get solo killed up here. Gets a Shuriken Blitz. Permanent execution's available. Yep.
That was nice, so the fact that I didn't think he had enough damage on the back end, he had to land that Shuriken flip, but he finds it and he crushes him.
Jakey, that is actually a sick suggestion. Flaming Hot Monster Munch are insane.
Yeah, but they're not prawn cocktail. We're specifically looking at prawn cocktail.
I don't know. That's going to be a big knock-up into the ulti coming out by one. Hidden low HP and Sparks trying to bump that damage out. Mapillion comes in with a flash, gets himself a two-man route. Everybody low. Proper Panda is trying to make his way out, though. You can see Borrelia is running amok through all of Demise. The rest of his team is down. He's dismounted. He's flashed away. Zyko gets him, and Mapillion is going to try and get more.
He survives with such low HP. Demise clean sweep the fight. They do lose Hidden, but for the most part, they crushed him, and now they're looking towards that second Infernal. Definitely a tasty prize. And a 5k gold lead already at this point. Demise looking to solidify their 100% win rate against NVision.
Double Infernal as well. Potentially looking for that double cloud mark. While we have a moment as well, because, you know, we're on to asking each other stupid questions. Would you rather have hooves for feet or like chicken legs? Would you like goat legs or chicken legs, let's say?
Is it full goat legs?
Full goat legs. You're looking like Mr. Thomas from Narnia.
Goat legs.
Really?
You have chicken legs, someone's going to get hungry and try and roast you.
I've never eaten a chicken leg in my life. Oh, I suppose you
like a
do.
drumstick?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of like... I'm sorry. No.
Everyone hear this. You're live. Everyone hear this.
In my head, I was thinking of like the Family Guy chicken. The one who's just chicken legs the whole way down.
You literally said the Munchables, you're going to KFC today.
I know. And the leg is the best bit for KFC.
Everyone hear this. Everyone hear this. Everyone hear this. You've never eaten a chicken leg before, even though you go to KFC like weekly.
No, I eat chicken legs. No, So in my head, I was thinking about the weird,
Did you not know what animal
yellow
it was?
bit. Proper Panda's dead, by the way.
Do you know what the
That's a dead chicken.
Do you know what the C for in KFC stands for?
Cool.
No.
Oh.
Close, but no. Oh, Zyko is low.
Zyko is low. He has got Infinity jumping onto him. Tries to get himself a bit of a turnaround. The tether's on. The root is not enough. Protobelt will secure the kill by Infinity, but in comes one fast Nunu constructing a large snowball. Voxney gets himself a kill. The snowball will chase Infinity down, but hit that wall and pop.
And Infinity, he has been the story of NVision's success in this game and many others. He is trying his best to find this, but Demise are working better as a team. They are looking towards that Baron. It's very hard to seal against the Nunu. Infinity, pings are coming out. Pings are coming out.
7-1 on that Kaiser. Spark, let's see if he can make something happen. Infinity's also there. Like you said, it's exceptionally hard to steal this away. The depth charge will knock him up, and not even a hope.
Yep, Nunu great at securing those objectives. Infinity, he's tried his best to keep his team in this game, but
the problem is Borrelia still just being Borrelia.
But the Baron will be able to shut that down. It is now Demise's turn to push. 7-1 and Invoxnating. We said with this... Did miss Borrelia recalling that push, but we said with the Karma backing up, Spark should be in a good position to carry this game. But he has just been completely outclassed by Denvoxney so far.
This is why Denvoxney was a player we highlighted as well. When I spoke to Denvoxney last week, he said to me, the team plays around me. I'm the carry. He's the carry.
He is carrying.
He's 7-1, mate. He's
Mapillion
been pretty good.
Had a rough laning phase, but he has bounced back since he got that double. 4-2-2, has a bounty.
A big steal here by Infinity on an ult could be like game-changing as Sonder's on that flank.
You know what's the most concerning thing?
Away. Actually, might just get rooted up here. They've got the damage to work with and the CC. Sonder just overextending silly there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, you know what's the most concerning thing right now? Is Denvoxney is level 14. He is tied with the highest level, or actually Mampillion's ahead, but he is as high level as Borrelia and higher than everyone else on NVision. The amount of base stats you get from that is huge.
Look at that snowball. Gonna miss out on the knock-up. Hidden does take a little bit of damage there from the Void Seeker, but just heals up with a chop onto a minion as Borrelia gonna get dismounted. Zyko chasing him down. Perfect executions forward. Dodges on the Surican flip, but that is enough to secure that kill. The mid lane inhibitor will collapse here to Demise with the siege. They're going to get their next wave. Mapillion, like you said, had a rough start to this game, but he is bouncing back right now. Snowball going to go a little bit wide, not landing that knock-up, but they only care about turret. They only care about this inhibitor. Meanwhile, Zyko split pushing away in the top lane. I don't know if anyone can deal with him right now.
No, I mean, Borrelia was probably the best case option to deal with him, and he just got solo killed. So it's rough. You can see because Demise have backed off, they are starting to move to defend that top side, but you're already 2 inhibitors down. Not a great position to be in. A minute 20 in the Baron buff, but it looks like Demise is going to head off, pick up some camps, recall, get some items, and maybe pick up that second Cloud. And as much as people don't like Cloud Dragons, behind Infernal, they are the best for in-combat stats. Because Mountain is only good against objectives, Ocean only good when you're out of combat. The extra movement speed will make a difference in team fights. And as far as fighting goes, Demise have had a pretty good spread of dragons so far. And it's going to make it even harder for NVision to find their way back in this game, especially when the target you need to shut down, you want to shut down, is this Xayah. And she has that ultimate. She has both summoners. Very hard to pin down. And right now, building towards a Bloodthirster, which just adds to the difficulty you will have. But if they do succeed, there's that massive bounty available. 1,000 gold total if you kill that Xayah.
It's sad, but I had to think about your Cloud Drake point there. I was like, what are you on about? Oh yeah, movement speed.
Yeah, because you get it in combat.
Nice. That was a good change, because it was a pretty useless Drake before that.
Super useless before that, but I mean, it was nice for rotations, but now the extra in-combat movement speed is pretty valuable, especially for kiting, for chasing people down, can make a difference.
NVision have to find this pick, by the way. Like, there are minions pushing up in every lane into them. Baron is about to wear off.
They just have to engage. Zyko is pushing mid. They have to look for it now.
That's going to be Brande. Gets himself a free-man charm into the absolute zero. Borrelia launches into the fray. Tries to get onto Denvoxney. Chases after him with a joust, but now he's in the midst of everyone. 2 kills have been picked up for Demise. Zyko lands the Shuriken flip and slides in with a perfect execution. Spark takes him down, but it's only 1 for NVision and 2 to defend their base versus everybody on Demise. The snowball will knock up 1. The turrets will crumble before Demise, and NVision 4 times in a row will fall to this team.
Yeah, and they crushed them once more. NVision left the Nunu open, and Demise made them regret it. They will let the minions finish. Another win for Demise and establish themselves as the stronger of the 2 newbies.
Demise have been looking absolutely incredible for the last split. They've been looking really good.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're just cementing themselves that now they'll be going through versus Barrage in tomorrow's semifinals. And that's going to be a pretty hype one, because if Barrage play like they did today, we actually might have a pretty close game.
Yeah. If they play like they did against NVision, not so much. But
in trouble.
Demise definitely, I'd say, favor the matchup, but Barrage have shown a new leash on life. Be interesting to see, but we still have more games today. And it is starting to get towards the, I'd say, the strongest side of the bracket, because we have Eminem coming up, we have Fnatic coming up. These teams are vying to contest with Exile on top of the tower. their goal is to dethrone them, particularly Fnatic, who need to do that if they want to have a chance at getting that first seed in the playoffs. And because it is a gauntlet, whoever gets first seed in playoffs is automatically going to be at that finals at Twickenham.
And if XL hold this tower, they guarantee themselves finals. So yeah,
it's a pretty big deal.
Pretty big deal indeed. Now, it's all to play for these teams, but, you know, we look towards the bottom. I said all to play for again. Oh, well.
You say all to play for? I haven't heard you say all to play for before.
It's like you and, what was your...
It was Dicey. Dicey and Crucially. Crucially. Yeah, I get told off for that.
Don't worry, we all do it.
Actually, I've got a thesaurus with me so I can look through and go, oh, yeah, instead I can use that word. Which
what word would you use instead of dicey?
I'm gonna need to check my thesaurus in the break and look something up. I've just been avoiding it.
I love your vocabulary. You're not even prepared for like an answer to dicey.
Dicey is just such a good word. It's great. You can use it in any situation. Like maybe precarious. But precarious doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah, dicey is better than precarious. Yeah. All right, use precarious next game, providing the game gets.
Oh, this situation's really precarious.
Oh boy. What's up next?
We have M&M against Phelan.
M&M versus Phelan. Now, Phelan are another team, actually, who really needs to start.
They're on 1 point. They are on 1 point. They are in the danger zone for relegations. They need to climb up. But M&M, they're looking towards first and second. They can't quite make them, but they want to at least secure their spot as third.
In the danger zone, as M&M will be taking on Phelan. Don't cringe. We'll see you after the break. See you in a second. Oh, God.